Face to Face with Archbishop Gustavo is brought to you by St. Mary's University.
So, Vivian, it's great to meet you today. Um, Here we are at Assumption Chapel, at the University of St. Mary's in San Antonio. How do you end up here? Where are you?
Yeah.
Are you local from here, or?
Yes, I'm from San Antonio. I knew a lot of alumni that went here as well, and they told me all of these great stories. And I knew that I really wanted to go to a Catholic school because, well, I wanted to study, but also, make my faith a part of my life. So it was a big decision why I decided to come here.
Wonderful. And what are you studying?
I'm studying theology.
Theology.
Yeah.
Great. Well, you're in the right place, really.
Yes.
But that's beautiful that you were able to put together career, future years of higher education connected with your faith. And here, are you, your family, or you are in particular parish in San Antonio?
Right now I'm at Holy Rosary Catholic Church down the road. Yeah.
But before,
family... we kind of jumped around churches. Yeah, I got baptized at St. Luke's.
St. Luke's? It's not far from here either.
Communion as well there. And then I did my confirmation at Our Lady of Guadalupe in Elotes.
Oh, in Elotes. Wonderful. For confirmation?
Yes, for confirmation.
Do you remember which year was that?
2018, 2019, I think. Yeah, it's been a while.
So I could have done your confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had been many times lately. Now we are 3 bishops, and so not necessarily I do all the confirmations. Yeah. But in those years, before the pandemic, most likely.
It was a really strange time. Actually, now that I think about it, it was during the pandemic because we were wearing masks.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so it was really different. Yeah, we had to do Zooms, and everything changed.
That's right. Yeah, that was a big change everywhere. Not only here, but in the world. That was very tragic time. But we learned many things during those years. And your family, do you have siblings?
Yes, I have one younger brother, and my mom. We live here in San Antonio. Yeah, my brother, he's gonna start college in the fall. He doesn't know where he wants to go yet, but he wants to be a doctor and do research in cancer.
Wow.
So that's been a big thing for him.
Good. Good. Well, in Houston, there are great universities regarding that. And there are many more throughout the country. But about cancer, the greatest one is in Houston. But I don't know if you would like to start already the first year already in the career for it?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, wow.
We went to go visit Southwestern University in Georgetown. They have a really good program, and you apparently start right away. And he was so excited, and I was like, that's good. Very smart guy.
Good.
Very eager.
Well, you too. You are smart too.
Yes.
As much as he is, but in different field. I understand what you said, that coming to this university in San Antonio, St. Mary's, was that you wanted a Catholic university and to keep the connection with your faith. But then tell me more about how you ended choosing to study theology.
That's a really long
Because that's
story.
another step.
It is. When I first got here, I had business as my major, and I was in the classroom. It was principles of business, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I was like, I do not see myself doing this. I mean, some of the skills that we're learning, they're good for life, but I'm not passionate. And then I ended up switching to education, and then they told me, oh, you're gonna have to take all of these exams. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then I ended up taking a career quiz because I was so frustrated, and I was like, God, I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what I want to study. Is college even meant for me? And next thing you know, I took the career quiz and theology came up, which I thought was really weird. There's only 10 theology majors here at St. Mary's.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what is God trying to tell me? But, you know, I wanted to study theology when I got here, but I got a lot of, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to have a future. So I ended up not doing it. But then God led me back, and he was like, actually, I want you to study theology. I'll provide.
You can connect with the office that we have right here on Woodland Avenue. It's right here in Woodland.
Yeah.
And you can let them know that you're studying theology, that you are from San Antonio, because maybe they can open for you concrete possibilities, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I still don't really know what I want to do, but I'm going to be a missionary in Mission, Texas for a year after I graduate in May.
Could you tell me more about that?
Yeah. So originally I was going to go get a master's in theology, but I decided to take a break from school, hoping to still go back and get a master's in something, not sure what yet. But I knew that I wanted to give myself in any way, shape, or form somewhere where I'm needed. I also speak Spanish, so going to the Valley is going to be such a great opportunity.
Oh, so this is in the Valley?
In the Valley, Mission, Texas.
But how? Oh, in the city?
Yeah, in the city.
A mission?
At a charter school
Sure,
called
I know.
Brilliant Academy.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know the place.
Yeah.
Yes, I have been there. I have been there in Mission. As a matter of fact, the pastor there, his name is Patrick, Father Pat, and he wanted to take a break there it's called Brownsville Diocese, and to come to San Antonio for a few years. And he was here, close by here, helping a parish, Holy Family Parish, right here. This is by Culebra or so. And he's a pastor now there.
Oh.
He returned to his diocese, Brownsville Diocese, that all the valley belongs to that diocese. And and you will be living in the university, or you're living in the school, in the academy, or you're living on your own and going to the program, or how?
Yeah, what's cool about this program is that our house with all of the other missionaries is literally right next to the school. So we just wake up and we literally walk there. It's super close.
And who, because that I don't know at all, who organized that, or how that works?
Yeah, so the program is called Seed and Teaching Fellows. And they started because in a lot of places like the Bronx, New York, and Cincinnati, Ohio, a lot of Catholic schools are closing. And they wanted to, bring back the Catholic education. And it's such an important mission for them, that kids learn about the Catholic faith.
Yeah. It's interesting. Here, we had two groups. One comes from students from Notre Dame in Indiana.
Yes.
And they come and live like 2, 3, 4 years here. And they work in a parish or in schools teaching. So they come as missionaries. And the other group is the Jesuits from their universities in the United States. They invite students to come and help us with Catholic schools. So they live like in a parish where there is a convent, and the convent is adapted for them. And it's just young people, from universities throughout the country. And then they are plugged in, two in one school, one in another school. And they help also like 2 or 3 years. And then they return to their universities.
Yeah. I'm super excited though.
Now, that would be very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so needed. And if you are bilingual and bicultural, that's a plus. That is crucial. And we have here many priests who come from India and from Africa. And the difficulty for them is that they speak 3 or 4 languages, but no Spanish. And that they don't have that culture as part of them. But you have the 2 cultures and the 2 languages, so you can do quite a bit
Yeah,
for the good of the people.
they said that I might even teach Spanish. A lot of the kids only speak Spanish, so it'll be a good opportunity to sharpen it for
That's
later
right.
when I go into the
Because maybe
workforce.
they know how to speak Spanish, but not necessarily they know the language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how to write a paper or something in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there are many Spanish speaking there.
Yeah.
Because I have been in Mission, I have been, well, in all that area, you know, the valley in general.
Yeah. A lot of my friends are from the valley, and I honestly never thought I would end up in the valley, but here I am.
And the commitment is for how long?
A year.
For 1 year.
Mm-hmm. And if I really like it, they said that I can do 2 years.
Good. And you start when?
Mid-July. I don't know the exact dates yet.
But yeah, you finish here
Yeah,
this semester.
this semester in May.
Good. That's great. And how's your mother doing with that decision?
Yeah, she's a little scared, but she's also very excited that I'm doing what I love. And I told her that what's cool about the program is that I can come over during the weekends and I have the holidays off. So I could still come home if I want to.
Sure, it is not
spend it
far.
with my family.
It's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
3-4 hours. No, it's not far.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Like it's going from here to Houston or here
Yeah.
to Dallas, pretty much.
Yeah.
And in the subjects that you're taking now, there are some that you really enjoy.
Yeah, I'm taking a family and marriage course right now. Yeah,
Wow.
and it's been very fruitful for me, especially because my parents are divorced. So I grew up in an environment that was really messy, and I didn't really understand why we were going through all of that. But learning about the statistics, you know, how high it is, the divorce rate, and why sometimes it doesn't work out, has made me think about, oh, if I do get married one day, I know not to do that. I know to better communicate, you know, to put God at the center of my relationship.
Yeah, that's true. Because that makes a difference. The possibility is still there of divorce, but they are less. You will be more equipped to deal with being sure that the Lord calls you to be married, that it will be done well, you know, because it's an important decision.
Yeah. Marriage is hard, and
Yes.
we've read a lot of stories already. A lot of the students in my class are not Catholic, so some of them don't really believe that you should get married through the church, which, I mean, everyone grows up differently, but it's interesting to hear everyone's perspectives and what they think about marriage or why people get married.
Yeah, and with God, it's a richness that otherwise you don't get it. We don't get it.
Yeah.
So that is wise, and it's needed. You know, and many people, they come at one point in life with that realization. Besides church or not church, or that is the relationship with God, that God needs to be part of the equation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, why so many divorces?
Mm-hmm.
If we had the answer more naturally, that will not happen. But the fact is that it happens. And the rate is very high.
Very, very high.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Yeah, what would be the percentage now? Like in 10 marriages, how many will go to divorce?
I remember, but
7
I know
or
the
8?
percentage is like 50%. It's like halfway.
Maybe more.
Maybe probably more now, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's increased, but
Well.
and we also have been talking a lot about technology and how that can affect families. How families now are just not as present as they used to be. Everyone has like their own screen, and it's really distracting, and that's a really big factor on marriage.
Yeah, because the relationships are not fostered and encouraged and nourished. It's more the relationship with you, with the screen, and with other people through the screen. And maybe even not even a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertainment, really. We'll see what is there. But it's not even a relationship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So those are a couple of the classes that you're taking.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm also taking a class on the history of martyrs.
Mm.
So that's been very interesting, seeing how many people have.
You know,
yeah.
maybe San Viviana was a martyr. I don't know.
This past summer, I went to Germany and Rome to study abroad. And when I was in Rome, I wanted to go to St. Viviana Church. And I
Yes.
got there with my group, and it was closed. And I was so devastated. I was like, God, you're telling me I need to come back.
That's right. The church is right there in Rome.
Yeah. And I think there's another one in California. Mm-hmm. There's 2 St. Vivianas. That's what people have been telling me.
Oh, is that right?
So I might be the 3rd one.
Yeah, you will be the 3rd one. So get ready for martyrdom.
Yeah.
You know, now that you're saying that, then I don't know if the San Viviana's cathedral, the old cathedral in Los Angeles,
Mm-hmm.
it was to the one in California, but I don't recall.
It's in LA because Father Brandon, do you know Father Brandon? Marianist priest.
Yes.
He brought me one of the little cards.
Yes,
Yeah.
but maybe the church is called San Viviana.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
San Viviana, I never heard there were 2.
Mm.
Because he was from California, will be an American saint.
Mm.
And he's not.
Yeah. It's not.
No, he's from Italy, from
Mm-hmm.
the time of Rome, when Rome was empire. No, there is no another one. There's another church, San Viviana's.
Yeah.
But now I don't know if that site was closed.
Mm.
You know, in one of the earthquakes, it got affected. And so it's when they decided in Los Angeles to build the new cathedral, which is like for 3,000 people. The cathedral, beautiful, but it's different style. It's modern, beautiful. I was living there in Los Angeles when the construction was taking place, and it's really beautiful.
One day I'll go.
But you can tell them, and it's just a few blocks from there. I want to go to the original one, San Viviana's. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I bet.
And how long you were in Europe?
I was there for about a month and a half. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I lived with 27 Catholic college students. at a
From-
German castle from like all over the US.
Mm.
So we were in Germany for 3 weeks, and then we went to Rome for a week.
And everything is perfectly
Yes.
placed in the streets, right?
hmm Yeah, culture is very different over there. Lots of people don't know what prayer is.
Right.
I didn't realize how big of a thing that is over there.
See, the secularism
Yeah.
has touched every country in Europe. When Christianity, of course, originally was from Jerusalem, but was settled in Rome. And in Rome, as you saw, there were so many places of worship.
Yes.
In one block, you can have 2 or 3 churches. But the practice of the faith, even in Rome,
Yeah.
has decreased.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember going, and lots of people thought it was like a museum. So all they would do was take pictures. There was no reverence. They had no idea of the history.
Like a historical building, museums.
Yeah, yeah. And I was just so touched. I was like, we're really not done like evangelizing. Actually, I don't think we'll ever be done, but I hope to go back one day.
Mm-hmm. And talking about that, it could happen also here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, San Antonio of South Texas, there is a very strong touch on religious values, family values, that they still impregnate a lot of the region, but little by little. Because sometimes we say, oh no, it will not happen to us. It will happen to us.
Yeah.
Now, we doesn't have to happen with our contribution. Will with pressure, but we need to continue being faithful to who we are and what we have. You know, even now with the growth of San Antonio, we are losing already ground because people that were coming here, they don't have the history, they don't have the culture, and so things changed rapidly.
Yeah.
But have you been in our cathedral, San Fernando?
San Fernando, yes. I went with my mom for Our Lady of Guadalupe feast day.
This is last year?
Yes.
So you were at the Mass?
Yes, I was at the Mass.
Right.
Yeah, your homily was really good. It
was
made
very
me
nice.
cry.
It was a nice celebration.
Very, very nice.
A lot of people there.
Yes.
And the faith, you know, just is breathtaking.
I remember you talked about how we all have our tilma, and
Yes.
we're supposed to go out.
And to be like the tomb.
Yeah,
That's right.
that really struck me. Been thinking about it ever since.
That's right. That we don't think about Mary, but we bring that presence in our tilma. And why you didn't say hello to me?
There was a lot of people there,
Well,
but now I know to say hi.
yeah,
Yeah.
always welcome. As we were saying about how to be really to be proud of our roots, our culture. How do you read what is happening these days regarding migrants and refugees?
I mean, I think it's all over the news. I watch the news. You know, I've heard a lot of people say prayer is not enough. Prayer is not enough. But it's something that has really been on my heart ever since it started happening. But I mean, it's been happening, you know, it's such a big issue.
But I don't think in the way it is now,
Yeah,
you know,
it's scary.
yes, it's ugly, it's horrible, it's dehumanizing
Yes, it is.
because there are many people that are afraid. And just because somebody said, somebody decided
Yeah.
for so many people's lives.
They don't, I guess, realize how hard it is, or why people want to come over here. I'm so grateful that I was born here. I've had so many opportunities, and yeah, but definitely lots of prayer, and I'm sure I'll see a lot of that when I'm in Mission, Texas, over there where it's closer to the border.
It's right there. By
Working
the
with the families.
the poor,
Yeah.
the immigrants and refugees. Yeah, but, it will be very impactful
Mhm.
for you,
Mm.
and you will have so much to offer there. And you were saying, well, prayer and something else is needed. Yes, there are many other things that you can do,
Yeah.
that we can do. Like listen to the stories,
Yes.
to help them to realize that not everything, not everyone thinks
Mm-hmm.
as the people in leadership think
Mm-hmm.
now.
Very true.
And your comments, your patience, your kindness, your love, your joy, well, the fact that you're spending a year doing this will speak loudly to them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be there. You don't have to. You
Yeah.
want to.
I'm gonna learn a lot,
Mhm.
especially from the kids. It's like pre-kinder to third grade, so
Oh.
they're like very young.
Very young.
Yeah, still learning a lot about life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So repeat to me, is from which grade to which grade?
Pre-kinder through third grade.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the most beautiful years that I remember in my formation education.
Yeah, I went to go visit before I decided that I was gonna do it.
Also, you had been there already.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think one of my favorite parts was working with all of the kids that have disabilities. That was beautiful, seeing how they were so eager to learn about the faith. And some people think they don't need to learn, but they have like that right to learn about God and to know that they're so loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have different celebrations in a year for people with disabilities. But now, in the church, St. Helena's Church, St. Helen's Church, here in San Antonio, now is going to be I think it's every second Sunday of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having just once in a while in different places, that will be the church that will start. They already started, because I celebrated the first one every second Sunday of the month. And anyone can go, but all is geared to the people with disabilities. So it's wonderful because they have all the space they want.
Yeah.
And we are very mindful the kind of lighting inside the church, the kind of colors, the kind of music has to be thinking of them.
That's beautiful that you say that. Every Saturday I go with my mom to Castroville.
Yes.
And we work with a family that has 2 kids with autism.
Uh-huh.
And right now I am in the process of helping them get their sacraments.
Oh, great.
they're very much, I don't like the light, I don't like to go outside, and I don't want them to ever not have that experience. So,
Well,
yeah.
if you're going to continue doing that, or your mom will continue, she can go with the pastor and bring some of those ideas to him. So when your mom knows that the kids are going to be a particular Sunday there, the priest will know what to do
What to do.
to welcome, to make it more welcoming for them.
Yeah, the family had a bad experience with the priest in Castroville like years ago. And so the mother got really upset and she left the church because they just were not understanding.
Oh,
And now she's coming back,
beautiful.
which is really exciting. And I'm just so happy to, spend every Saturday there and teaching them.
And tell them about San Helena's, because at least once a month they can go to a mass in which there are many people with disabilities.
Yes, there is a lot.
And different kinds of situations, but very beautiful. And the appreciation of the mass and the whole thing. And it's, of course, it's shorter mass. But it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. That's
We
good
need
to know.
and it's good to integrate them. In other words, to welcome them,
Yes.
to respect them, to promote them, and to integrate them. Yeah. And we learn a lot too.
Yes.
It's not just that we give, but it's an interchange. And we learn a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Right now, one of them is a little bit more higher functioning. So he's memorizing the Our Father. And I've been texting him every day, hey, don't forget to pray the Our Father today. And I've been learning a lot, and it's so beautiful to see how well they, or how they're able to do it, Yeah.
And then there is a connection, a deeper connection with them and them with God. Because there are things that you will say, why we say it in the youth group and there is no reaction. And like, why people, they don't get it. And they get it.
Yes, they do. And they're very, or at least the two kids that I work with are very straightforward. They're like, okay, yes, this is how you do it. And then they remember everything I teach them. Like the next time I go, I'm like, okay, let's review. And then like they remember everything, and I'm like, you remember more than I do. That's amazing. Good for you.
But I'm glad that, and how did it happen? That your mom and you ended doing that?
So my freshman year, I was really struggling to pay for school. And we met this family. And I'm like basically their provider. So every Saturday I go in and they pay me, and that's how I've been able to pay for St. Mary's.
Wow.
Yeah, so they've been such a gift. So every time they're like, we need your help, I'm like, okay. So I drop everything, I'm like, we gotta go, Mom. They just have done so much for me, and I'm just so blessed. Because of them and lots of prayer, I've been able to do my education here at St. Mary's. Yeah.
That's a great story. How people, families with disability members are helping you to get a career, to pay your university.
Yeah, and I've been thinking a lot about it, and maybe I'm considering going into special education because it's like so needed, and I love doing it. So that could be a path for me in the future.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because if it's going to be in education or teaching, or to include that in your service, ministry, work, your job.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, it's very nice to meet you and to know, Vivian, that you are making good decisions towards the future, that this year in Mission, Texas will be a key moment to
I'll
make
keep you
other
updated.
decisions, right?
Yes.
To make other decisions that at this point you don't even think about it, but just to absorb and to reflect on what you are doing, so that it's not just being there, but being there with openness and finding a purpose and to see what that will lead you.
Thank you, Archbishop, for having me.
No, you're welcome.
It's been great to talk to you.
And you will remind your mother that I am not very happy with her because she didn't say hello December 12th at the cathedral. But I would be very happy to visit with her too.
Next time.
Sometimes. Well, this 12th you will not be here. You most likely will be in.
That is true.
Are you familiar with the Basilica?
Yeah, I've been once.
So they're going to celebrate December 12th. And in the Mission too. Remember, just the name of the priest is the pastor. Father Patrick Pat. And just go and say, I know about you. All the problems that you caused in San Antonio Archdiocese. And all the help. Yeah. He's a great man, great priest. And I ask you to keep him in your prayers too.
I will.
Yeah. Well, do you like to conclude with Hail Mary being in a chapel that is dedicated to the Blessed Mother, to the Assumption of Mary? And you know how important is that mystery on the part of Mary. Jesus ascended into heaven because it was God's work. God is doing it. But then the Blessed Mother was assumed by the grace of God and the merits of Christ. She was assumed into heaven. Jesus went into heaven. Blessed Mother is assumed into heaven. And to show us that is what we're called to be.
Amen.
Amen. So, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. And you tell your mothers that we had a good conversation regarding migrants and refugees. Because though it's hard, but you can give consolation.
Yes.
Okay.
I will.
Okay. Very good. Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Very nice
Archbishop.
meeting you.
Very nice meeting you too.
Okay. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, the water, I waited and waited. Where is it? Oh! No, well, you said, I will put it right here. No, I was turning around. How about time you put it?
2018, 2019, I think. Yeah, it's been a while.
So I could have done your confirmation.
Yeah. I